According to paragraph 1, which of the following is not true of coral reefs? Not true. Their numbers are greater in one ocean than in the others. This is right, right? Coral reefs are found in most of the world's oceans, but they exist predominantly in tropical waters, with the largest and most widespread reefs being in the Southwest Pacific Ocean. So this is right. A wide range of animals may make their homes in them. A wide range of animals. Yes, this is right, right? Because they are home to abundant undersea plant and animal life and comprise a unique ecosystem of their own. So this is right. Some coral reefs have disappeared because of human actions. However, in many places, coral reefs are in danger as pollution and other man-made problems threaten their existence. So, this can be generally right, but you can't say they disappeared, right? So it's not exactly right. Coral grow better when they are in fairly warm waters. They exist predominantly in tropical waters. Tropical is the area near the equator, so the water is warm there, right? But that's just inferring. It's not mentioned in the passage. So it's C or D, right? The answer sheet says it's D, because the coral reefs didn't, you can't say that they disappeared in the passage. But for D also, right? It doesn't say they grow better when they are in fairly warm waters. This is what you can infer. It's not mentioned in the passage, right? So I think C has the same chance to be an answer to D. So, but the answer sheet says it's C. All right. And I told you the reason. In paragraph 1, the author implies that coral reefs are typically means normally the same size as a large whale. No, right? They are the largest organism, so this is not right. May be found completely encircling Australia. Encircle means making a circle around Australia. No, right? It's in the it lies off the east coast of Australia, so B is not true. Will only exist when they are in tropical waters. No, right? They are in most of the world's oceans, so this is not right. Are able to be killed by outside forces. This is right, right? Because it says human activities are threatening the existence. So D is right. D is the answer. The word secrete in the passage is closest in meaning to what? Secrete means to, hold on. Even though if you don't know the meaning, right? But those responsible for reef building secrete calcium carbonate, which hardens into a rock-like substance. Secrete means what? Produce, right? Produce. Secrete, so it's closest to emit. Emit means to make something, produce something and let it out. Manufacture means to make things in a factory, normally in a large quantity, so it's not right. Use, no. Require means need, so it's not right. A is the answer. The author's description of coral in paragraph 2 mentions which of the following? The reefs that they live in are made of mostly dead polyps. It doesn't say that, right? They are able to survive in water that is shallow. When in shallow water. When in shallow water means what? When it is in shallow water, right? Less than 50 meters deep, coral can interact with sunlight and reproduce. Okay, so that is right. The most common way that's, that they reproduce is asexually. It doesn't say that, right? They reproduce both asexually and sexually, and it didn't say which is the most common way. They are able to use a form of cement to connect to one another. They just said this can be generally right? But as the coral die, their skeletons become cemented together, which gives an anchoring point for the new living coral to rest on. So it's the point where where the new coral can support itself. Use a form of cement to connect. That is generally right, but B is better, right? Because connect, because of the word connect, it uses the cement as a point that it can rest on, right? But connect it can have the meaning of being linked, right? So maybe it's not quite that. So B is better than D, but D is generally right too. But it's only that B is better than D, B, alright? Okay, number 5. According to paragraph 2, which of the following is true of polyps? They may only be created through asexual reproduction. So if you look here, in asexual reproduction, a coral grows new polyps which expand the size of the coral colony. Okay? So, polyps relates to asexual reproduction. This is what you can see. But you can't say they may only be created through asexual reproduction. Although in this passage, in this paragraph, polyps relates to asexual reproduction, but you can't definitely say they may only be created through asexual reproduction. You understand? This is risky, so don't. You have to be careful to pick this. They can help a coral reef double in size in a short period of time. If you look here, sometimes an entire colony will reproduce at the same time, giving itself a much greater chance to increase the size. This one relates to what? The sexual reproduction, so it has nothing to do with polyps. They cannot reproduce when they are in water more than 50 meters deep. When in shallow water less than 50 meters deep, coral can interact with sunlight and reproduce. thereby increasing the size of the reef. So, the corals, okay, the coral cannot reproduce when they are in water more than 50 meters deep. But that's about the coral, okay, not the polyps. So it has nothing to do with the polyps. They are capable of migrating from one place to another. Sometimes these polyps detach and establish their own colonies in different areas, so they move, so you can say that they migrate. So the answer would be D. Which of the sentences below best expresses the essential information in the highlighted sentence in the passage? In addition, coral reefs generally do not form in areas where there is plenty of freshwater runoff, like the case of those near the coastline where large rivers such as the Amazon flow into the ocean. So they don't live in an area where there's a lot of fresh water coming out from the river, from a large river. That's what they're talking about. Coral reefs are seldom means rarely, seen in areas where sizable rivers, sizable means fairly large, such as the Amazon, release their fresh water into the ocean. A is correct, right? This is exactly what the sentence is saying, so A would be the answer. Fresh water will kill coral reefs, which is why they are not located anywhere near rivers' ending points at the world's oceans. It doesn't say freshwater kills coral reefs, right? And they are not, it's not that they're not located anywhere near the rivers. It's the rivers, near the rivers, which have a large quantity of fresh water running off, alright? So B is not the answer. The Amazon is well known for not having any coral reefs because of the fresh water that it brings into the ocean. It's not to say the Amazon is famous for this, right? No. It's just saying that the area near the ocean near Amazon River doesn't have coral reefs. It's just that. The coasts of rivers, such as the Amazon, do not have any coral reefs because of their relationship with the ocean. It's not about the relationship with the ocean, so A is the answer.